Okay, I'm gonna try to get started for the day doing orders, delivery, and see how today goes. It's Monday, April 22nd, 2024. And yesterday was pretty good, but I only worked a real short time. Probably will today. I'm going to see. Yesterday I was saying this about, I had a feeling that the weekend, these people who have these gray car, I'm going to start calling them the gray car people. But they're older gray cars, inexpensive. They're often they have at least one hubcap gone or something sometimes. And I see them quite often and never, this is Texas. What I'm used to seeing is stuff like SUVs, trucks, and, bigger vehicles, but not gray, four-door, older. This is the wealthiest county in Texas. Sometimes it's number two, sometimes it's number one, but the wealthiest, think about that, county in Texas. The whole of Texas, big old huge Texas. So I don't expect to see too many older cars. It just is what it is. But I see a lot of those since I've been doing these deliveries, actually going up to the restaurants and seeing these people go out, get this food and get back in their car and leave. And I've done enough of them to know what it looks like. And driving down the road, I can actually, like stop at a stop sign, look over, and I see the app on their phone. So, and there was one day somebody delivered right next to me where I was at a customer's house. He blocked two cars in because he didn't know how to parallel park, and he just didn't care to, or something like that. Didn't think rules apply to him. Kind of mentality. Seriously, it would have been difficult for me to leave or anybody to get through there. And I see them quite often. And my thought was, I wonder if they work on weekends. And I've tried to figure out what could benefit somebody for having like a fleet of these. They're not the same make, model, year, I guess. They're just old gray four-door cars that look really cheap and inexpensive. Yeah. And people from, like I mentioned, the first two I saw that, actually saw walking in at the restaurant, came one right after the other. And one was a white guy, probably maybe 35, 40 years old. And another one was an African-American woman. And those are the first two. The last one, I'm not sure. That one that was next to me. And then yesterday I saw that kind of car parked in somebody's house, and it had a note on it as I walked by, because I was delivering. And I walked by and I saw a note on the windshield. It was that somebody had handwritten. So, but anyway, I see them all the time. And so yesterday, all of a sudden, it was real good, real easy. It's always been real good on Sunday. And I think it's because they don't work on Sunday. But I think that they're the ones that take all the orders. It seems like it's a big fleet. I just have the feeling. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist. I am a social and behavioral scientist, so I am going to notice things. Taught at college and university, I am going to notice things that are not normal, not part of the norm. So, and that's one of the things I've noticed, and I've heard people talk about bots. I don't think about bots myself, but I had noticed for a while that, like, I'll get a really good order, offer, I'll take it, and then the next thing I know, it's zapped away. It's not just on one app. I have had a few. One of them I don't use anymore. But personal preference, really. And so I have wondered about that, and I had reported it because they sent me something saying that I accept orders and then I cancel them too much. And so I called them and said, I'm not canceling orders. These, I get them and then they zap, they go away. I figured it was that the customer changed their mind. They said, yeah. And then the woman said, yeah, it could be that the customer changes their mind, but glad you reported it, kind of thing. So, yeah. But anyway, I just want to say that right now. Another thing I wanted to mention was, it just kind of hit me. Can you imagine, I have been trying to find a good spot for myself, to where, I've seen a lot of people make videos, or not a lot, but some that said that they have a spot they go to, and that way they want to deliver from that area. It had never happened to me since July, when I started, end of July, and this is April. Never found a place that, I could just sit at. Well, there is one over here now. I just realized it the other day, that I think might be a good one for me. But it always has made me wonder, why can't you be near the restaurant when you get an order? And I'm talking like, I get to order far too often. The restaurant is miles away. Then from there, it's miles away. Far too often. Those I usually don't take. But I never really thought this part through. Can you imagine if there was one? How many people would be sitting right there? I've done that on one of them, but it's way out, and there's not much else out there. But can you imagine how many people would be right there, parked in the parking lot, trying to get off, trying to get good orders from that place, and where would the customers be able to park? But the thing about it is, I far too often, I don't see anybody but people in drive-through. I really don't see too many people inside restaurants. I'm talking fast food, any level, to fancy ones that I've been through, that people order from those. Not fancy, but, say upper middle class kind of thing. Or, something around that. And people aren't in them, people. There's not that many. One of them, I think one of them is well-known middle class around here. I'm not going to name the names. I don't do that. I don't tend to do that unless by accident. But they'll tend to have people inside there, like at lunch rush or something like that. And some of them on Friday nights, or you see what I'm saying? When it's pretty much these days. But some of them are just empty on weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, and I wonder why, what's going on. But so it's kind of one of those, well, you look at parking lots and nobody's there. Anyway, I better get busy. Okay, didn't I just say I don't mention names of places? But I'm going to now. I went to inside Wendy's here, and I needed some ice, and I don't like, other places they charge for the cup. I get that. But they charge the same as they do for the soda too. I get it, but yeah, it's been like that for many years. Some don't. Some give you a free cup. And anyway, so I went in this one. I didn't even ask. But because there was a woman, and she showed me how to use her little machine. And there were so many varieties. I can only drink caffeine-free and sugar-free. So, and it's very rare to find anything with sugar-free and caffeine-free both at any of these places. Any place. Seriously. Found one so far. Well, two. No extra, one. And anyway, I went in this Wendy's, and I've never tried it at a Wendy's before, and they have it. They had a lot of them caffeine-free. A lot of different ones. That was amazing. And anyway, I got a Minute Maid, which is zero, sugar-free, and caffeine-free. Yay. And it tastes good. It's grape. They had more than grape. They had cherry. They had fruit punch. They had lemonade. And I don't know what else. It was like, wow. You think that, that I'm awful happy for this? You wouldn't believe. You get on the road, as much as I'm on the road, and I'm having to bring my little hot cold bag. It's for me. It's tiny. I guess you could put 6 cans of soda in there. I put 3, and just in case. Usually not out longer than needing 1, but variety is the spice of life, So, anyway, I'm going to get started again. I'm saying this, but it's 11:11 a.m. Let's see what happens. Okay, hey everybody. I'm out. Well, I'm about to go home because I just wasted more time trying to do some work. I got to realize and keep it in my head that I can only work Friday night through Sunday. Friday dinner through Sunday dinner. Because this of trying to work during the week. I really believe I'm going to start calling them the gray car people. They must have a big fleet because I see them everywhere. And this is Texas, north of Dallas. And I just don't think of people driving so many gray four-door, older model, cheap, hubcap missing autos, especially since this is the wealthiest county in Texas. It flips back and forth between 1 and 2, and I think it's about size or something. I don't know, population wise. But right now I'm sitting here and I see 2. I see 2 4-door. Well, one is an older model, the other one isn't, and that one looks like they're hiding. They found their spot. But anyway, trying to compete against something like that. I've seen them. I've actually sat there and right in front of me. I've seen them come out restaurants with bags. I've seen them next to me at a light, and I look over and I see which app they're using, which food delivery app. So I'm not doubting that. And it's never the same person. There's no certain type of person. I've seen one that I'm sitting right, parked at the customer's house, just walked back in, just got in my SUV, and they drive up and block people in and to go deliver theirs. Seen that. I've seen so many. And never in my lifetime have I noticed so many 4-door, older model, gray, silver, older model cars. 4 doors. Yeah. But anyway, I don't think there's any competing against them. What I get is trash like I will never forget. $2. Imagine, big old whopping $2 for 20 miles. That's 20 miles in one direction. At least one, the delivery part. I have to come back. So, anyway, you see these in front of me right here. They've just been built recently. And the whole thing used to be a mall, and they tore it all down, and they're building townhouses, and I'm guessing all kinds of businesses. Maybe there's a little bit of a mall there too, restaurants, everything. There, it's taken. Where did I get taken from? It's taken a while. I don't know how long, but they've been building. They're building a lot in here. This is Plano, Texas. It looks like Plano, but it's Plano. And they took down. Wow, what's wrong with me today? Another mall, the whole mall, and they're redoing it just kind of like this too. I don't know. A lot of construction going on. Otherwise, like road construction, lots of it. They're doing something. I think Adam told me it was 45. Then he turned around and told me 54 the next time. Million. Okay, 45 or 54 $million park and recreation or something. Parks or something like that. They're going to be doing and set aside for all that and everything. But anyway, I'm like, really? Seriously? Yeah. I guess Biden got a lot of things done. And this is a very conservative county. Very conservative. But they're definitely taking advantage of it, because everywhere you turn, there's a lot of road construction, and it was needed, especially on the southern side. And so much. Right over there also, right from where I am in the park and all that. They took advantage of that. Interesting, isn't it? But anyway, I'm gonna go see if my reporter's ready. Okay, so after all today of trying to, once again, it's Monday, April 22nd, 2024. Earlier, most of the day, middle of the day, lunch run and all that, I was out trying to do some offers, get some offers for food delivery. I'm doing it for health care insurance in Texas here, and long stories. But anyway, after all that I've been doing lately, trying to get this going since July, and this is April, and it's just, no, It's just not working. I can't believe some of the stuff, how the offers they're sending. It's really the offers they're sending are so ridiculous. I live in north of Dallas, northeast. I do north and northeast of Dallas, but no, they want me to go from here to go all the way down to things like downtown Dallas, Addison, Carrollton, all those on the other side of where I am. Even Fort Worth, they've tried to send me there. Saying it would only take 20 minutes. What the crap? Or was it 20 miles? They said something. And I mean, so many of them in different apps, not just one. I've used different ones. And it's just overall, this is not working. Plus, I started noticing these, I call them the little, the four-door gray car people. The gray car people is what I call them now. I've decided. They drive, it's not the same car, it's not the same make, model, year, but they're older, and they're inexpensive, four-door, silver gray, light silver or gray, whichever one you call it, cars. And it's a variety of people I've seen actually there. I've seen at a restaurant picking up. Two of them just came. One of them I was sitting at a McDonald's, and two of them came almost like right after the other to pick up offers. And I know how they look. McDonald's is easy to tell. And people say that, oh, they could be their own. Doubt it. Really doubt it. And I've been driving next to them, look over, I see the app that they're on. I know the apps, and so yeah, I can't compete against that. It seems like they have a huge fleet, because if I see them myself that much, come on, I'm just driving up there to get something, or driving to a place, and look over and somebody in the car right there. That's rare. We have millions of people out here, so in all these suburbs and everything. But I just can't compete with that. And I was thinking, I've been thinking, I really have to do a lot more to make what I have to earn to show the government, prove the government that I'm earning this amount so I can get that affordable health care. Yeah, I don't know how it is where you are, and I'm not an expert on how it works here, but that's basically what I have to do. And per year, I have to earn a certain amount. Well, so far, here it is April, and it's not happening. And, I've made some, I think more than I did last year. I started in July, end of July even. And it's just the weather is bad. Like right now, I'm feeling a lot of wind. I'm driving an SUV, and we have wind really bad wind that just pushes me. Right now, it's pushing me on the road, okay? And it wasn't supposed to be this bad today. But sometimes it's like, I think it's 40, 45, 50. They say higher gust of wind. We expected the other day. Adam, had the same kind of experience I've had before, where it takes practically all your might to shut the front door, literally, because of the wind. It's so bad. So, yeah. And I've had it several times. I mean, just the wind is so awful. You hear, woo, 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 the dogs go crazy. I had some dogs before this set, and one of them would chase it. I said he's chasing the breathing dragon back there, because he devised a plan on how to run up the stairs and then run down fast, get enough speed, run down, and go out there and catch that howling dragon we call wind. We never caught it, so. He tried a lot. It was so cute too. But it's pretty windy out here, really, seriously. But anyway, I'm just going to a store. I don't know why that police officer was over there. There's not a school zone at this time. But he's probably trying to catch people driving over 35. The next road over is the bad one, because just like that road kind of looks just like this one. It's just the next road, and this one's Parker, that one's Park. Okay, and it's 30. This one's 35, that one's 30. So Hey, pardon it is like this, but I was making a video and somebody walked by with the baby. I try not to put anybody's kids in my videos. Anyway, I was saying that I don't know how healthy it is to drive out here, to be a driver in this area, you know, the area I jokingly call Narcissismville. I have for years now, because far too many people do think they own the road. And like that one of those gray car people, the one that drove up next to me after I was delivering, it was only a soda. That was the weirdest thing. And then they took a long time to pick up their order, but I was delivered that, got back in my SUV on the correct side of the road, parked on the correct side, and parked against the curb, not out in the road. And that one drove up and just wasn't enough room for him to parallel park on the wrong side of the road and block the people in. You know, if they would have come out and needed to hurry, nope, so he could deliver. You know, the kind of people who think that laws don't apply to them. Okay, and yeah, I think it's very difficult. I mean, I know myself, I've been driving for 45 years. I've done a lot of road trips, so I've had a lot of experience driving, you know, even over mountains and places like that. And I know around here now, I know quite a bit of where not to go because the big old drop-offs and everything. I'm talking, you run off the road just a little bit, roads with no shoulder, no medium, no anything to stop you, no to guide you, or no lights at night, you know, to light up the road, nothing. And you slide or something like that, and the real curvy and all that, and that's game over. Fairly certain. And it's a lot of that, but just knowing that there are people who live in here, knowing that people say that's everywhere. No, this stands out. Okay, this really stands out. And I've been to plenty of places over these years. I know it's something keeps getting worse and worse, but I can go outside of here and I don't see as much. Believe me. Trained in observation, qualitative, quantitative research, all that. And trust me on this, it's bad. It can be pretty bad. And then driving and seeing, I mean, like I said, people drive up to you, you can look over and see that they're on, I can see that they're on one of these apps. And just driving erratically and all that. Not everybody, of course, none of this one size fits all, none of that. But I've just seen too much of it, and I'm not sure how safe it is to drive with so many people, especially, you know, and like I said, I can only see myself doing Friday night and then Saturdays and Sundays. But still, Friday night and Saturday night, you can bet there'll be somebody that's going to be racing down the roads and all that. So anyway, I'm going to go in and get something to eat. Oh, I had to buy groceries, so. Okay, just got out of the store. I don't remember what I was talking about, man. It's like dangerous just getting in there. But it was funny because I was walking and I was looking down because the road's all, you see how it's bouncing all over the place. The parking lot's just as bad. And I looked up briefly and I saw somebody. I thought I recognized him as my next door neighbor. But he's cut his hair and he looks different. And so I just looked down because, you know, the road as it was, the parking area and all that. And I kind of looked back up to say, you know, thinking, well, he might think I'm being rude. And I looked back up and he went, it was, most likely it was him. It's really hard to tell. So he had a drastic change in his appearance. So, I mean, big time. But, oh well, these things happen. And if I see him, I'll say, hey, you know, didn't know if for certain, and can you imagine me saying hi to some man I don't even know? Yeah, it just is just not appropriate to me. Yeah, anyway. But it was busy in there. I only went for one thing, really. It's a snack. That's the only place they sell them. Is at that place, so, oh well. My throat's going, my voice is going out as usual. That's another reason for me just really not wanting to do this kind of job anymore, because The allergies, I've always had allergies as far back as I can remember. And we were having a really bad allergy season, really, really bad. And Adam even is complaining. He says he didn't develop allergies until a few years ago. And he's older than I. So, yeah. But he's really noticing it. It's everything's hard. It's difficult. The weather, there's the whole thing of the weather really is not that great. But and I'm talking like wind, rain. We've been having really bad rainy season. I mean, when has it stopped? I used to say we get it backwards here in this part of Texas. Instead of April showers, bring May flowers. We have flowers, and when do we stop having flowers? Seriously. And then May showers. And it does. May through the beginning of June, we just have rain. And every year, ever since I was born, ever since I can remember as a kid, because my birthday is then. And yeah, it's so many things. And then lately, last week, I think it was mainly last week, and maybe part of the week before, just having really bad times with merchants. And I'm like, what is this? And there's the whole thing of going to pick up an order. Bathroom breaks are going to happen. I have disabilities of hamstring. Okay, am I going to get this right? The muscles atrophy, and I have to have those bars. And too many people, and this is not just something new, but too many employees think that's their break room is the bathroom stall for people with disabilities. And I'm talking, it was last week was something like 5 times. Yeah, 5 times. Imagine how many times, how many other people are doing that. So, I don't know if both of those lanes turn or this is kind of weird how they have it. It's kind of off a bit. Yeah, that one only turns, that's right. Okay. Anyway. There's a little optical illusion there for a second. But they have it a little bit further over. And one time they changed it. They put asphalt on the road, and they changed the lines. Which lanes turns into which lane. Man, people got mad, and there was so many problems and everything. They changed it back. It didn't last very long. So, yeah. And they're putting this light in over here. Finally. But anyway, I don't know about this. I don't know. I really don't. What I'm going to do, because I was going to be speeding up what I'm doing so I can actually make that goalpost that keeps moving, as they say. It does. And how much I have to earn in order to even get this. Yeah. I have to pay back whatever and all that. Whatever. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of thinking that it just depends on how, this is tax season, just after tax season. This is April 22nd. And see if it picks up better. I tried it today. It was a disaster. I'm going to try next week again. But I'm going to do, like I said, Friday night we did work, and we just went home. But Friday, Saturday, he went with me to get out of the house. He's an electrical engineer, works from home remotely. And he just went with me to get out of the house. And it was just like, ugh. Saturday, I didn't even try. I think Saturday it had stormed all day. Big time storms. So there was no chance. I'm not going out in the storm and risking my life for them to try to get me to go down to Dallas from up here, way up here. Go downtown Dallas, yeah, for $4 or something. That order $2 for 20 miles, one direction, 20 miles. No. That's ridiculous. Anyway, wrapping it up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.